Well, you too, it's your boy Darius. I want to thank you guys for watching. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to your boy, leave a like. If you guys any recommendations, leave a comment section. Get to it as soon as possible. What we're about to do, we're about to look at this list right here, from Consequence of Sound, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Snubs, the 23 worst omission. Yeah, you know, I can understand why some people, you know, like they're not a big fan of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, I say for the most part, I think they got it right. There a few times I think they got it wrong. And I feel like they keep on ignoring like important acts like Eric B Rakim, Nas, Joy Division, Pixies, and Smiths. What's it, Iron Maiden? You know, Motley Crue. It's just, I feel like there are a lot of people who should have been on this list a long time ago, and I feel like they keep even Weezer should be on the list. And people are like Alanis Morrissette, but we're going to see what Consequence of Sound. We'll see what their opinion is. Who is the worst nub is. Let's check out this list. So we're gonna scroll down. All right. See that Rage Against the Machine, which you know, like what they deserve to be on here. Willie Nelson, Missy Elliott. I still say I don't agree with Missy Elliott being on this list. At least not before Nas and Wu-Tang, but whatever. So Kate Bush, or you know, all these, you know, that okay. But we're gonna look through to see who the worst to mention. At 23, we have White Stripes. I feel like it's not too big of a miss. You know what I'm saying? They're a great band and everything, a great alternative rock band from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Seven Nation Army is an incredible song, and the entire 11 Elephant album is a great album. But I feel like, you know what? I feel like they're like, you know, they can wait for a while. I feel like they're more than their words and mentions like Weezer, you know what I'm saying, like Oasis, you know what I'm saying, like Stone Roses, you know, that other alternative rock band who should be on this list. But I can see why they can say, okay, Fiona Apple, she cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, I actually do like her music. You know, I do love Criminal. That's a great song. Or Fast As You Can. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Alanis Morrissette should be, it's a worse admission than Fiona Apple. You know what I'm saying? Fiona Apple is more pop rock, while a lot of Morrissette, she was heavily influenced toward the 90s alternative rock scene for female rockers, and she have influenced people like Fiona Apple. So I feel like a lot of Morrissette should have been on here instead of Fiona Apple. But that's just my opinion on this list. All right, Daft Punk, I can do with or without them. You know what I'm saying? On one hand, you know, they're hella revolutionary when it comes to electronic music. You know what I'm saying? Help people, you know, like updated the disco sound and help influence like other electronic bands in the future. So I can understand why. At the same time, I'm not really a big fan of music. I feel like they're a huge advocate for autotune. I feel like autotune helped ruined music for the past 20 years, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a big fan of autotunes. You know, I feel like they're a huge advocate for it. And I'm like, so I can do with or without Daft Punk. So, Oasis, yes. Yes, I agree with this 100%. I know a lot of people don't like the Gallagher brothers, and there are a lot of great reasons not to like them. But one thing I do like that they were actually incredible musicians. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They help, you know. You know, they were like one of the revolutionary, like big pop sound. You know what I'm saying? Their first two albums are some of the best albums of all time. Definitely, maybe it's incredible. But I feel like What's the Story, More Glory is like definitely one of the greatest albums of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, they had the new sound of Britpop where they mixed like the Beatles aesthetic with the Rolling Stone toughness. You know, and you know things like that. You know, I feel like they're the updated like Beatles like music. You get what I'm saying? I feel like Oasis definitely should. Will they ever be abducted? I don't know. It'll be a damn sure they never will be abducted. But I feel like Oasis definitely, most definitely should be abducted as soon as possible. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to with, man. I feel like Wu-Tang Clan was the first East Coast hip hop set Dr. Dre the Chronic to help make East Coast #1 again. You know what I'm saying? They actually helped influence like Nas and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? And they 9 dope rappers, and they helped collaborate and create some of the dopest music ever. And the culture of Wu-Tang is still being felt to this day. You still see people wearing Wu-Tang shirts. You know what I'm saying? They're still quoting like Wu-Tang music and everything. Wu-Tang, in my opinion, definitely should have been in the Hall of Fame before Missy Elliott, in my opinion. They definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? But why they had not been considered, I don't even freaking know. But I digress. Alright? Nas is one of the greatest rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying? Nas, you know, what's the name? 21 Savage say Nas is not relevant. I guess what he trying to say, he's not relevant toward the newer generation. I can see that. But at the same time, though, Nas is like one of the dopest rappers, one of the greatest rappers, one of the most respected rappers of all time. If any rapper should have been in the Hall of Fame, it's definitely Nas. Nas needs to be there along with Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z. And Tupac, Biggie, and Jay-Z, those three are already in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So, same with Eminem, which I feel Eminem deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But I would honestly put Nas before Eminem, but hey, it is what it is. Nas definitely needs to be considered. He needs to be nominated as soon as possible. Nas, in my opinion, definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame along with Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie. And that's just my opinion. Outkast definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame. So, like, you know, the Southern hip-hop music, you know what I'm saying, would not be as big as it had been for the past 20 years without Outkast. Outkast was not the first Southern group, you know what I'm saying. There have been few Southern groups before him, like the Ghetto Boys, the Scarface, and all of them. But when Outkast came out, you know what I'm saying, and when they came out in 1994, and when they booed him at the Sorcerer War, Andre 3000 came out and say the South has something to say, and the South have been saying for the past 25 years. And guess what? You know what I'm saying? Without Outkast, we not have people like T.I., Little John, even Lil Wayne overrated ass. You know what I'm saying? But Outkast definitely made it to the pop stage, and they definitely need to be considered. They need to be nominated. If they ever will be nominated, I'm voting for them 100%. Outkast definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. Alanis James, you know what? I would not have a problem with Alanis James to be in Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? They actually was a great grunge music of the early 90s. You know, like I say, the Dirt album is an incredible album, one of the best rock albums of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a mega Alanis James fan, not like that. But I would not have a problem with Alanis James being in the Hall of Fame. As a matter of fact, if they ever was nominated, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Change Edition, I actually like Alanis James more than Change Edition, but Change Edition was more like an LA alternative rock band, you know what I'm saying? Where they help on mix, you know, that funky sound, you know, the funky sound with a hard rock sound, kind of like Red Hot Chili Peppers. As a matter of fact, I feel like they're more of an extension. I'm sure some people will be offended when I say that. More extension of Red Hot Chili Peppers, but Change Edition had their own sound, they had their own style, and they made really great music. Honestly, if that ever was inducted into a Hall of Fame, I would not have a problem with it whatsoever. I feel like they do deserve to be in a Hall of Fame. I highly recommend their first two albums. I can't think of what the name of that album off the top of my head, but I highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure they say, yeah, Ritual dello Habite. I think that's their second album, and Nothing Shocking. Yes, I highly recommend those two albums. Pixie should have been inducted long time ago, in the early 2000s. I don't know, or even in the mid 2000s. You know what I'm saying? The grunge music, the 90s alternative rock music would not exist without the Pixies. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to the Pixies, and you can see how heavily influential, even though the Pixies were the 80s, listen to them, you can see how heavily influential they are in the 90s scenes. You know, 90s alternative rock scene. Pixies should have been inducted long time ago. They shouldn't even be nominated. I don't even know why they have it overlooked. I agree, they definitely are the worst omission, one of the worst omissions of all time, because their importance, their importance to modern music is that high. As a matter of fact, they are like to alternative rock what Wu-Tang is to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That their influence, their impact is that high, in my opinion. Soundgarden, you know what? You know, I could do with or without Soundgarden music. I just, like, you know what I'm saying? Chris Cornell is a brilliant, like, you know, like, it's a brilliant vocalist. As far as Soundgarden music, though, I'm not really like a tool king of Soundgarden. like that. But you know, like I said, if they ever get nominated in the Hall of Fame, if they ever get inducted, I would not have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? They're a great band and everything. Everything. And I feel like they should be inducted. But we'll see. The Smiths did to British indie rock music what the Pixies did to American alternative rock. The Smiths most definitely should be in the Hall of Fame, and they should have been inducted long time ago as well. You know what I'm saying? Their impact, their influence, and their unique sound is that high, and the ceiling is that high. Why they have not been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I have no clue. But if you ask me, you know what I'm saying, they're definitely in the top 5 worst omissions of all time. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I'll include the Smiths. I'll include Pixie in my top 5. I'll include Nas on there as well. Oasis. And let me see. If they have Sean Coltrane, I'll include Sean Coltrane as well. But the Smiths are definitely top 5 worst omissions of all time when it comes to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions. Sonic Youth, I never liked Sonic Youth music. I feel like if you like noise rock music, this band is for you. I'm not a big fan of noise rock music. I tried their music. I bought Goo. I bought Daydream Natures. I tried both of those albums. I just don't get their music at all. I know people love their music. I don't get it at all. And I'm sorry. I'm trying not to bash Sonic Youth. You know what I'm saying? If they do get it into a Hall of Fame, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I understand their importance of the music. I understand they're influential. But me personally, I just never been a fan of Sonic Youth music. But like I said, if they ever was inducted into a Hall of Fame, I can understand why. I have no problem being inducted. Iron Maiden, I voted for Iron Maiden music, and I'm not even a heavy metal guy. You know, so I'm not metalhead at all. But in terms of one of the worst omissions, Iron Maiden definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. But I feel like, you know, they've been too critical of it. Critical of it. But if anyone deserves to be a Hall of Fame, Iron Man definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. They were heavily influential towards like the British heavy metal scene as well as the American heavy metal scene because they heavily influenced like people like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and everything. Also, I feel like, you know what the worst admission is? What, you know what I'm saying? And I'll argue that they're worse than Iron Maiden. Motley Crue music, you know, even though they're more glam, they're more pop, you know, metal, things like that. They help, you know, like make heavy metal one of the top music of the 80s, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They help, and they were influential to not only other LA metal, but also to other like thrash metal. They were even influential, believe it or not, Metallica themselves. But hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna get like some comments from metalheads, but hey. Joy Division, you know what? I'll take Oasis off the top 5 list, and I'll include Joy Division New Order at the top 5 worst omission of all time. Joy Division definitely should be on the list. They should have been inducted long time ago. As a matter of fact, they were finally nominated. They were one of the bands I heavily voted for. As a matter of fact, that was my pick. You know what I'm saying? They were heavily influential towards like, you know, like post-punk scene, basically to the gothic rock scene, as well as the more electronic rock, the synth-pop music of the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why Joy Division New Order is constantly being ignored. I don't know why they were. I think they were top 5 of the voting. You know what I'm saying? Let's back the question, like, huh? Like, why they didn't get inducted? I don't know, man. They should have been inducted a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? They should have been inducted. But I digress, man. Devo, honestly, they more one-hit wonder to me. Whip it good, dude. I understand they had that one great album, too. You know, where they had their own version, their own unique version of I Can't Get No Satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like, which actually was a unique version. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I could take it or leave it, to tell you the truth. But, hey. Motorhead, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not a heavy metal head, but Lemmy definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. I feel like Motorhead definitely should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago as well. You know what I'm saying? Their style, eventually, where they mixed the heavy metal with the punk style, you know, they were definitely heavily influential towards, like, you know, the thrash metal, towards Metallica, towards the Slayers, you know, like I say, the Anthrax, and everything. As well as other British heavy metal bands as well. I feel like they should be on the list. They should be on there. Bjork, wow, that actually a shocking pick. But you know what? Is it really time for Bjork to be in that? You know what? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's time for Bjork because Bjork, you know, she actually started off in the punk rock band, and you know, I forgot what that band called, but she actually did start it. But then when she became solo, she started creating her own music. She started, you know, mixing her punk aesthetic with a more electronic, more pop style. It helped make her one of the most unique in the musicians of all time. And you know what? Because of that, you know, because she always marched her own band and everything, yes, Bjork deserves to be a Hall of Fame. As a matter of fact, if she ever was nominated in the Hall of Fame, I would not have a problem with Bjork being in the Hall of Fame. You know, I feel like she truly deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Is she one of the top one of the worst mentions of all time? I don't know, but does she deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Hell yeah, she should deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Television, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they only had that one great album, you know, like Marquee Moon, which is an incredible album, by the way. I highly recommend it. I feel like they're only like one album band, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, I gotta understand the influence because they were one of the first to play in a club called CBGB that help influence like the New York punk scene, you know what I'm saying, with along with Blondie and Talking Heads and the Ramones, you know, things like that. So I can understand why, you know what I'm saying, television, they're not my favorite, but I wouldn't have a problem with them being in the Hall of Fame as well. Brian Eno, I never got into. I feel like, you know, like he more of, I feel like he music is more like ambient than it is rock and roll to me, you know what I'm saying? But you know, he's heavily influential, you know what I'm saying, especially with Roxy music, to David Bowie, to U2, you know, based on those three great acts, Brian Eno definitely deserved to be a Hall of Fame. I feel like he should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. Yes, he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. All right, Nick Drake. Yes. Yes, he deserved to be a Hall of Fame. Even though his music is more folk than rock and roll, his music was heavily influential toward the rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, they talk about depression. You know what I'm saying? And they talk about depression, you know, mental health issue and everything. I feel like, you know, Nick Drake music, his music is really relatable. You know what I'm saying? And based on that, you know what I'm saying, he definitely deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. If he ever was nominated, he would get my vote. Will he ever be nominated in the Hall of Fame? That's up in the air, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're up in the air. But I feel like he definitely deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Warren Zevon, I don't get it. You know, I only know one song of this guy, and that is "Oh, Werewolf or Nothing." I feel like he deserved to be in the no. I feel like it's like people advocate for this guy, but it's like only know one song of him. I think most people only know one song of him. I don't know. I don't know too much of his music. Like, do you guys have any recommendations? I really want to know. Like, comment down below. I really want to know. So, and so he number 2. Who number 1? John Coltrane. Yes. Worst admission. Yes. So actually, that concludes my top 5 of worst admission. John Coltrane, Joy Division, New Order, Pixie, Dismissed, and Nas. And Nas. Yes, those are my top 5 right there. Yes. Actually, I might replace Nas with Eric B Rakim, but honestly, I could do either or. Matter of fact, I'm gonna still say Nas right now. But John Coltrane, yes. Yeah, because John Coltrane, I feel like he was the early influence toward the rock and roll music. You know what I'm saying? His music, even before Miles Davis, you know what I'm saying? His music was influential towards people like the Byrds and the Doors. As a matter of fact, listen to 8 Mile High by the Byrds, you know, and you can hear John Coltrane influence. Listen to Light My Fire by the Doors. You can hear both the Byrds and John Coltrane heavily influenced. You know what I'm saying? I feel like John Coltrane definitely was heavily influential toward the early scene of the rock music of the 60s. You know what I'm saying? And John Coltrane definitely should have been in the Hall of Fame long time ago. I don't know why he hasn't got inducted yet, but yes. But yeah, he definitely, yes. He should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago. That's just my opinion alone. You know what I'm saying? I feel, you know what? I can see an argument for each and every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? Especially toward the Smiths, especially toward Pixies, especially toward my boy Nas, man. Nas definitely needs to be inducted as soon as possible. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. What you guys think of this video? Let me know, comment down below. What is your opinion? Who, in your opinion, is the worst admission of all time? I'm open for discussion. You know what I'm saying? I'm open for discussion. But what do you guys think is the worst admission of all time? Let me know, comment down below. Leave a like, subscribe to your boy. You can check out our video down here. Peace.